The movie starts from a desert where we see a man named Wyndham, who was a professional photographer. Actually, he had come to the desert to click good photos of the solar eclipse. Then by evening he clicks all the photos and starts leaving from there, but after going a little far he sees a crying child. Then Wyndham asks him, "Why are you crying to?" which he says that "I am lost here." Then hearing this, Wyndham asks that child to come with him, but that child goes to the other side and says that "my parents will be found on that side." Then Wyndham has to go behind that child, even though he does not want to, and at the same time he tries to stop that child, saying that there is no one on that side, but that child does not stop. Then, while chasing him, Wyndham had gone deep into the desert. Then Wyndham tries to forcefully stop that child, but that child still does not stop, and then he runs away from there after seeing a strange smile on Wyndham, from which Wyndham understands that the child has brought him here deliberately to trap him. So he starts going back from there, but he does not know the way back. So he gets lost there, and it becomes dark as he walks. After that, Wyndham starts looking for a shelter to protect himself from the cold wind, and after going a little further, he sees a house where there is also a woman. But that house was a little below the mountain, and there was also a staircase to reach the bottom. Now Wyndham did not have any place to stay, so he climbs down that staircase and starts going inside the house. And on going inside, he sees the same woman, whose name is Alina. But Alina is a little strange because even after seeing Wyndham, she does not react, and neither does she ask him anything. Then Wyndham tells about himself and says that "I have lost my way. That is why can I stay here for tonight?" Even after hearing this, Alina does not give him any answer, and after a while she asks him to eat food. Then Wyndham feels a little strange to hear this, but still he sits down to eat. However, he does not eat that food. After that, Alina gives him a room to sleep, then Wyndham sees Alina changing clothes and then goes to sleep. After that, the next day, Wyndham wakes up and goes to the same staircase again, but he sees that the staircase is not there. And now the place where he is standing is surrounded by high rocks from all sides. It was impossible to get out of there without a ladder, so he gets worried and goes to Alina and asks her where is the ladder that was there yesterday, to which Alina says that those people must have removed the ladder after you came, hearing which he asks who those people are, but this time Alina does not give any answer and gets busy in her work. After that, we see that Wyndham wanted to get out of here by any means. That is why he starts climbing up with the help of a climbing hammer, and after climbing a little up, he gets very tired and stops to rest. During this time, he hears the sound of some children laughing from above, and suddenly a goat's severed head comes down and falls, seeing which Wyndham's foot slips, and he falls down and becomes unconscious. And when Wyndham regains consciousness at night, he sees that his climbing hammer is stuck inside his foot, which causes him a lot of pain, and he starts screaming a lot. Then, hearing his screams, Alina comes there and takes out the hammer from his foot and takes him inside the house. Then, the next morning, he asks Alina who is stopping him from leaving from here, but Alina again does not give him any answer. After that, Wyndham sees a boy on the top of the rock, on seeing whom he asks for help and asks him to bring a rope, on which the boy asks Wyndham to wait there for a while and goes to bring the rope. Then, after some time, the boy comes back with a rope, and he throws the rope down and asks Wyndham to come up with its help. Then Wyndham ties that rope around his waist and tries to climb up, and Alina was watching all this from the window, but this time also she remains silent. And as soon as Wyndham reaches halfway, he thinks that now he will be saved, but this was just his illusion. Actually, as soon as he reaches halfway, we see some children above, one of whom urinates on Wyndham, and the rest of the children hold his rope and start shaking it vigorously. Then he asks for help from Alina, and Alina comes there and asks those children to stop all this. But by then Wyndham's head hits a rock, and he becomes unconscious, and now he starts feeling that he will never be able to get out of here. And at the same time he thinks that maybe they have trapped Alina also in the same way. And when she could not get out of here, she must have considered this place as her home. But the surprising thing was that those children did not want to kill Wyndham and Alina. Rather, they used to give them food every day. They just did not let them go from here. Then the next day, Wyndham was trying to grow vegetables in the same barren place so that they would not have a shortage of food while living there. Then a child named Lepus comes on the rock and he asks Wyndham, "What are you doing?" On which Wyndham tells him about growing vegetables. Then Lepus asks Wyndham to teach him all this. Then, taking advantage of this, Wyndham tries to make Lepus his friend and tells him that I can teach you whenever you want, hearing which Lepus throws a packet of chewing gum towards him and goes from there. Then Wyndham finds a ring and a car key in the same soil, seeing which he understands that many other people have come here before him. After that, at night, Wyndham starts drinking a lot of alcohol. Then Alina stops him from drinking more, but Wyndham scolds him, after which Alina takes off all her clothes. Then, seeing this, Wyndham is unable to stop himself, and both start getting intimate there. Then the next day, when he comes to his garden, Lapis comes there and asks him to teach him, to which Wyndham says that I will not be able to teach you anything from such a distance. If you take me out of here, I will teach you whatever you want, to which Lapis fearfully tells Wyndham that I will not be able to take you out in the midst of all those people. But when those people are not there, I will try to take you out, and Alina was also listening to all this. Meanwhile, another child comes there who hears their conversation, due to which he gets angry and takes Lapis away from there. Now, while having dinner at night, Alina tells Wyndham that she is pregnant. Hearing this, Wyndham gets very angry and tells him that you are the only one responsible for this because you seduced me, to which Alina replies that it is the fault of both of us, hearing which Wyndham becomes silent. Then the next morning when Wyndham wakes up, he comes out hearing the sound of Alina crying and is shocked to see that the dead body of Lopus is hanging in the air, who was killed by the same children. Because he wanted to help Wyndham, and here Alina was crying loudly saying, "My son," from which we come to know that Lopus was Alina's son, but how we will know later. After that, Alina angrily tells Wyndham that you are a murderer. My son was killed because of you, after saying which she hits him on the head with a wooden stick and makes him unconscious and locks him in a cage. That too for 9 months, because till Alina gives birth to her child, he will have to stay in the same cage. After that, while living in the cage, Wyndham's condition becomes like that of an animal. Although Alina gives him food and water, but does not care much about him, even though he was the father of her child. Then one day Wyndham sees a girl standing on the top of the rock, so he tries to ask for her help, but then those children come and kill that girl too. After that, when Alina comes to Wyndham with food, then Wyndham says to her that, "Why are you doing this to me? I am the father of your child. Either you free me or kill me," on which Alina says that you are just a means to fulfill our purpose. Saying this, she leaves from there. Then the next morning she starts having liver pain in her stomach, due to which she frees Wyndham and asks for his help. Then after that, Alina gives birth to a daughter, and after seeing that cute daughter, Wyndham thinks that now he will stay here. But then those children come from behind and slit Wyndham's throat, due to which he dies. Then those children tell Alina that, "Mother, we have done what you said." Actually, all these children were Alina's, and before Wyndham, Alina had physical relations with many men and had children from them. Then, after some time, we see Alina taking care of her daughter, and she says that now my daughter will take my place. Then we see that Wyndham's dead body is still lying there, and with this the movie ends here.